In this episode, I'm going to demonstrate the new code sharing feature in the Particle Web IDE. Up until now, there hasn't been a good way to share code if you use the Web IDE as your main development platform. This was especially difficult if you had a complex project with multiple source files or took advantage of community libraries. The new code sharing feature mostly solves this problem, but does have its limitations. Let's take a look. So to get started, I have a window open here on the right, and I'm logged into my Particle account, and I'm going to create a new application. We'll call it code sharing. And I'm just going to write a little bit of code here. Serial.begin, and I'll come down in the loop. And I'm going to put an issue in here, or a defect on purpose. And I'm just going to say print L without the N. Code sharing. Need a semicolon up there. Okay, and as you'll see, if I click verify, I get an error. Now, let's pretend that this is a complex project that has lots of files. I've got some community libraries, and something's not building correctly, or I have some other defect. It may be compiling, but it's not working right, and I need somebody else to help me. Well, previously there wasn't really a good way to do this other than just copying the contents of all your files, giving them to the other person, and then they create that in their own environment to try and reproduce your issue. The new code sharing feature, however, takes care of that. So if we come back to the main page, we have this new Share This Revision button. And if I click that, I get a dialog that says by clicking the button below, and I think below is spelled wrong there, you will make the current app revision public, allowing it to be shared with others. And it gives you a quick reminder, don't share apps that contain any secrets. So if you have auth tokens, API tokens, and things like that, they recommend you not sharing. Just be smart about that. If you click Get Shareable Link, you'll have a link there. You can copy it to the clipboard. And now you can give this link to anybody, and they will immediately have an exact copy of the current state of your project so that they can look at it and make changes to it. So let's see how that works. If you just click anywhere here, that dialog closes. So I'm going to come over to this other window, and I'm going to log in as a different account. Okay, logging in, I'm going to go to the IDE. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this in. Now, if you aren't already logged in and you paste this into a window, or the person you give it to pastes it into their window, they'll be prompted to log in. They need to have a Particle account. So whoever you're sharing code with will need a Particle account. I'm just going to hit enter on that link. I do want to leave the site. And here I am. You can see right here I have codesharing.ino. And this is the exact version. It would have any libraries that you included, any source files that were part of your project. And you'll also note, instead of over here it says current app that I'm working on, over here it says current shared app. Now if I come over here and I say, oh, I'm looking at this, oh, I see what the problem is, you misspelled print line. I'm going to try and type N. Nothing's happening. I can't make any changes. So in its raw shared state, the app is not editable. It is read only. And so that is quickly solved. All I have to do is say copy this app, and it will essentially fork the app into my account, and then I can make changes. So if I hit copy this app, I now have my own current app, not current shared app, and I can come in here and I can make changes. An important thing to note at this point is that once you have shared a revision of your code, you are taking a static snapshot of it that cannot be shared back with you. So now that if I make this change here and I verify, I'll get a message that says code verified, great work. If I come back over here, I don't get any updates. So it won't update it back here. I can't refresh. The changes are now completely happening over in the account on the left. They're not shared back. So once you share a revision, it's not a connected share. Changes on one side will not be reflected in the other. Similarly, if I come back over on the right side and I make changes here and I say code sharing for the win or something like that, and I save it over here, those will not be reflected on the left. So the new code sharing feature is a great way to take like I said, a static snapshot of your project, exactly how it is at a current point in time, and sharing it with somebody else. And so this still isn't a great way to do multiple developer shared development in a project using the Web IDE, but is certainly a great use case for if you're having issues, you want to share your code with another developer to have them take a look at it. They can get an exact snapshot of your code to see what's going on. This I see being used a lot in forums going forward, where instead of having to paste your code into forums and format and things like that, you can literally do a share this revision, again just using this button here, share this revision, getting a URL and posting that in the forums if you need help with your code. And that's it. That's all there is to the new code sharing feature in the Particle Web IDE. If you have any questions, please submit them below in the comments. I'd be happy to help. Otherwise, happy hacking.